I recently watched Invincible. That's kind of evident. I made a post about it and everything. I also have been rewatching Batman the Animated Series, and it made me question, could I draw Invincible in the style of Batman the Animated Series? So I set out and I started with just a general outline. Here's the reference that I used. I chose Nightwing because I felt like he had the most similar body type. So then I just went in and I filled in the kind of major details, like where his mask ends and the goggles and all the additional little lines and where his boots and gloves are. That part, that's just a manner of doing it. It's not exactly a particularly difficult part of it. And then you can see here, I pulled up a reference of Robin for the nose, because the Nightwing one, his nose is covered. Then I started doing everything in pen. You'll notice that like his hair's colored in and stuff. I started coloring and then I decided I'm going to do it all in pen first, which I'm glad upon reviewing the footage that I did, because, you know, you can see the outline better. This particular part of the thing was incredibly stressful, and you can't see it really in the recording, but my hands were so shaky, which is why it was stressful, and the video stopped recording. Thankfully I had a gut feeling that this happened, so I checked the recording and was able to pick up pretty close after. This is what it looked like after I was done penning it, and then I went on to coloring. And you know, the coloring is coloring. It's something you've been doing since kindergarten with coloring books, especially with superheroes, because I've been an uber comic book nerd for my entire life. The yellow, I'm glad actually showed up pretty good on camera. I was a little concerned about it. Sometimes yellow is a little hard to see, especially against a white paper. But the rest of this was pretty straightforward. Thankfully, Invincible has a pretty straightforward color scheme, especially in his later suits. I had to step up to go get a flesh-colored pencil because I realized I didn't have one. I looked up a different reference because Nightwing, because his suit's all black, doesn't really have the details of muscles. So you're probably wondering what that really poorly drawn one in the center of your screen is right now. That was just a quick draft that I did like the night before, just to see if I could do it. Because I wanted to see just a general idea of what it'd look like. And then of course we have our reference of Nightwing and then our final project. After looking at it for a bit, if I were to change anything, I probably would have changed how the yellow patch on his stomach wraps around his chest to match with the curve of the body a little bit. There's some other like minor details that I would have changed, but generally I'm pretty happy with how it came out. It being my art, if I look at it for too long, I'll continue to nitpick forever, but that's not really the point of why I did this. So I went ahead and did a little bit of editing in post of what I feel like it would look like if it was in Batman the Animated Series. And upon looking at that image, it is actually kind of painful to look at, so I'm going to adjust the background. Okay, that's better. So on the left is the original, just raw drawing. On the right is the edited version. I muted the colors just a little bit and then made everything a little bit darker. This was a really fun project to do. I will probably do other projects like this in the future. And if you enjoyed, leave a comment. Let me know characters that you'd like to see me draw in this style, or if there's a different style that you'd like to see. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed, and thanks for watching.